Yo, so we got some interesting thoughts from Cardi B. She says that as a gift, she does not want investment properties. She would much prefer a Birkin bag over an investment property any day. This is what she had to say about it.
We have tenants that haven't even paid rent for like 9 months. 9 months. And sometimes like we be so busy, and like our house managers, like they'll be so busy that I be like, you know what? Don't even take them to court, because we just be so tired. Like we don't even have time for that, because we just be doing so much. Like,
now I get what she's saying. Like I get that her and Offset definitely would be too busy to be going and showing up court dates, but I didn't get that her house managers would be too busy to handle that type of stuff. I'm sure she pays them well enough to make sure that that type of stuff is handled. I don't know if that, even when she does the court dates, that she and Offset have to show up because they're the owners or not. I don't know, but I just had to throw that in. Like,
sometimes people be like, oh, get property. Like, please, babe. Oh, let's not even talk about, let's not even talk about the Dominican Republic Airbnb that they think about me. Always something. Please. I don't want properties as gift. I don't want properties as gift. Please. And we planning to buy another property. Like, well, we debating, because it's like, we like tired of renting in LA. Like, it's like we really want to buy a house in LA, but we also like, it's like, do we want to buy a house in LA, or do we want to buy something like in Miami? Like, and that's something that me and Offset have been debating about. But it's like right now, like, it's like one of the biggest things that be stressing us out is like our properties, whether it's home properties or whether investment properties. So no, I love me a good Birkin.
And I get it. Most people is looking at this like, you want a Birkin bag over an investment property, and it's like, I get what she said. I don't totally agree with it, but I get it though, because property, period, whether investment or residential, it's a constant bill. It's constantly upkeep that needs to be had. And this isn't something that Cardi loves to do. Now, if you was to give Cardi as a gift, keyword, right? Something like, oh, here you go, Cardi. Here's a studio. She loves to make music. I'm sure she would have fun making music in that studio. But when you give somebody a gift that's now going to cause them time and money and effort that they don't want to spend to put into it, it's like giving somebody a dog when they're not a dog person, or not a pet person, or they don't want to take care of things, and then be like, here you go. Now you have to care for an animal every day and care to it, and they got special needs. You got to feed it special food and all of this, and you'd be like, why would you give me this? Why would you give me this? You know what I'm saying? That's where I think she's coming from with it now. And I think this is something that a lot of people with investment properties or rental properties or something like that, this is the hiccup that they feel, or the pain that they feel about dibbling and dabbling in this business. Because it's constant putting in, and by the time you finish and people move out and break stuff and tear stuff up, you feel like you ain't made no money. You broke even. But it looked like Birkin bags range from $8,500 to $300,000. So if you ain't keeping it in pristine condition, then you're probably gonna lose money on that too. So you could just view it like that. You may be just throwing money away, But this is why they say do what you love, because at some point you're gonna start to hate it. It's gonna be something about it that you don't like, that you're tired of doing, you don't feel like doing. And if you kind of love it, it'll give you that extra little boost to be able to get up and do it again another day. You know what I'm saying? But this ain't something Cardi loves, so she ain't gonna feel this type of, thing with this. But I think she's a little overzealous in her statements right now, because her money is coming from elsewhere so much from her career.
Then let's talk about the tenant issue, right?
We gotta be successful, so we don't be
yes, like, all right. All right, so look. So are we stressing that like tenants are not paying the rent and no, because we don't really care. You know what I'm saying? Like, we just don't care. Like, it's like I'm not moving out the way, so it's like I go to court and I can file paperwork and we this and that. We just don't care. And at the end of the day, we're planning to selling the lands, because now in Atlanta, I'm not gonna front. Like, we bought them for we bought these properties for like $250. When was it? Like in 2019, 2018 for like $250. And the other one we bought it for like $300. And now I think like the $250 one is like around the $400s in Jonesboro, and like the other one is like $500 now. I don't know. But we just be doing so much. Like our career is just so much that it's like we don't. The investment properties, we just let it sit there, honey. I ain't gonna lie to you.
But I think when her career starts to trend downward, as everything that goes up must come down, then it might be like, oh, maybe she can find the time to put a little bit more effort into making sure she get the return out of her properties that she should. Or maybe she wants to pass them to her kids. Maybe this would be valuable for them at some point, because they not guaranteed to be rap stars and all of this type of stuff. Michael Jordan's son did not come anywhere close to being what he was. So, but it's like, whatever you want to do. Maybe you want to give them to the kids. Maybe you end up finding some good tenants and you do want to keep them, keep the property going, or the property value does go up. Maybe it balances out to where the time that you are better suited to look after it and have the time for it, that it would make sense. Because like she said, they went up in value. Now, even though you ain't counting the amount she put in, and, some people paying rent, some people not, it sounds like if she were to sell them right now, they would still make some money. So all in all, you ain't lost nothing. Now, they say Birkin, certain bags and stuff like that can gain value, but they can't gain value. I don't know about these bags, but I do know they can't gain value if you use them all the time. You know what I'm saying? Like you actually wearing them and out with them and spilling drinks on them and scratching them with your keys and all types of stuff. I'm sure they're not going up in value then. So, but I get what she's saying. If it's a gift, if you're gifting me something, I want something that I don't have to nurture and care for. You know what I'm saying? But I would say when you're gifted something that could potentially be a moneymaker, it might not hurt you to look into it, because what goes up must come down, and the career is going to level out a bit. And then it may be the time to say, okay, what kind of money can we really get out of this? And then maybe you're in the wrong side of the game. Maybe you're doing residential. I don't know what type of business they're doing, but, if you go commercial, maybe that equals better payout. Like, I mean, if you get large plots of land and you renting to and leasing to people like Lowe's and Home Depot, something like that, it's like, you can't really go wrong with that. Like these people have these, they lease these land. They've been doing it for a reason for some years. You know what I'm saying? Like I've heard instances where, they don't, offering to sell these type of plots of land is not even really a question because it makes them so much money. Why would I sell this out of my family? Like I'm going to name you an astronomical price because it's not even really worth me considering to actually really sell it. You know what I'm saying? We have no interest in selling it, really. It's generating us good. And so maybe that's the way to go. And then another thing is, maybe you really have to consider the people that you have handling your business for you, your managers and the people that are going out and dealing with these properties and on the day-to-day. If you're paying them handsomely and they are, in turn, too busy to deal with the problems that come with that established, with those plots of land, that seems to be a problem to me. Like, because I would guess that Cardi B and Offset would pay decent. And for them to be like, are we too busy to do? And I don't know the ins and outs, but I'm just saying that's a little bit like, what do you mean you don't have time to go through the process of evicting these people so you can make sure I get some more money so I can pay you, right? You know what I'm saying? Make the time. So sometimes that's necessary to switch the people that you have in charge of, that you choose to delegate to. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you delegate to the wrong people and they don't do business well and they bankrupt you. Steve Harvey almost lost everything with his taxes that way. So something to consider. But this is what P Camp. Let me know what you think, what you don't think. It's a lot of ins and outs and maybes and ifs and of people, pros and cons to this game. But just a question for the people: how you feel about it? Have you done it? Are you in that business? You know what I'm saying? What's the pros and cons of it? Is she doing the right thing? Is she not doing the right thing? Let us know something, man. Let me know what you think, what you don't think. Get at your boy.